Welcome to It's Good to Be Smart. I'm your host, Dr. Dave Mulder. I love to learn new things, and I hope you do too, because it's good to be smart. In this episode, we're diving into something so tiny you can't even see them with your own eyes, but they are absolutely everywhere. They're inside you, inside your pet, inside the trees, inside the mold growing on that sandwich you forgot in your locker. I'm talking about cells, the tiny building blocks of life. All life, so far as we know, is made of cells. From single-celled bacteria floating in a puddle to blue whales with trillions of cells, every living thing is based on this fundamental structural unit of life. Without cells, life simply wouldn't exist. But what exactly are cells, and why are they so important? That's where cell theory comes in. Cell theory is one of the foundational ideas in biology, and it has three main parts. First, all living things are made of cells. Whether it's a microscopic bacterium, a houseplant, or you, every living organism is composed of one or more cells. Think about a Lego structure. Each brick is like a cell, building up the whole thing. Without bricks, no Lego castle. Without cells, no life. The second thing is this: cells are the basic unit of structure and function in living things. What does that mean? Well, basic unit of structure means that living things are built out of cells. And basic unit of function means that cells are specialized to do particular kinds of work. So you're built out of different kinds of cells, and those different kinds of cells do different kinds of functions for your body to keep you healthy and alive. Your muscles move because of muscle cells. Your brain thinks because of nerve cells. Even your skin, your bones, your blood, they're all made of specialized cells doing specific jobs. Just like different apps on your phone handle different tasks, different cells have different roles to keep your body running. And here's the third big idea in cell theory. All cells come from pre-existing cells. This means that cells don't just pop into existence out of nowhere. Every cell in your body started as another cell dividing. Think of it as a family tree. Each new generation comes from the ones before it. This was a huge discovery because for centuries people thought life could just appear out of thin air. Spoiler alert, it can't. So those are the big ideas of cell theory. All life is made of cells. Cells are the basic unit of structure and function in living things, and all cells come from pre-existing cells. This theory is one of the most important ones in all of biology. So how did scientists figure all this out? Let's take a trip back in time and meet a few brilliant minds along the way who helped to develop this important theory. The first stop in our time-traveling journey is 1665, where we meet Robert Hooke. Hooke was the first person we know of to observe cells, and he's the one who gave them their name. Using a primitive microscope, he looked at a thin slice of cork and saw tiny box-like compartments that made up the structure of the cork. He called them cells because they reminded him of the small rooms, or cells, where monks live in a monastery. Little did he know, he was looking at the remnants of plant cells. Our next stop is just a few years forward in time to the 1670s, where we meet Antoine van Leeuwenhoek. Van Leeuwenhoek was a Dutch scientist who was working to improve the way lenses were made, which allowed him to create a better microscope. When he looked through his new and improved microscope, he discovered tiny moving organisms in pond water. He called them animalcules, what we now know as bacteria and protozoa like amoebas. He was the first person to see living cells in action. Now let's fast forward to 1838 and 1839 and head over to Germany, where we meet Matthias Schleiden and Theodor Schwann. These two biologists made several discoveries independently and then got their heads together to help move cell theory forward. Schleiden was a botanist, and after extensive study of many different kinds of plants, he concluded that all plants are made of cells. And right about that same time, Schwann, a zoologist, realized that all animals are made of cells too. They teamed up and laid the groundwork for cell theory's first two principles, that all life is made of cells, and that cells are the basic units of structure and function in animals and plants alike. And one final stop on our time-traveling tour. We have to head forward to 1855 to meet Rudolf Virchow. Virchow was a doctor and scientist who added the final piece to the puzzle. New cells can only come from existing cells. This idea put an end to the old belief in spontaneous generation, the idea that life could just appear from non-living material. Okay, let's zoom back to the present day. Today, biologists use the theory these scientists helped to develop throughout their studies of living things. Cell theory is a well-developed scientific theory, and there is a ton of evidence to support it. Every living thing humans have discovered is made of cells. We might take the idea of cells for granted, but it's really thanks to these scientists that we now understand that cells truly are the foundation of all living things. Before we wrap up, here are a few more fascinating facts about cells that might surprise you. Your body is made up of around 37 trillion cells. That's more than 4,500 times the number of people on Earth. Bacteria can live just about anywhere, and they reproduce incredibly quickly. In fact, there are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells, believe it or not. Some cells can be huge, well, for cells anyway. The yolk of an ostrich egg is actually one single cell. And cells can live for different amounts of time. Some cells, like skin cells, last only a few weeks, while others, like brain cells, can last a lifetime. Okay, let's review. Cell theory tells us that all living things are made of cells. Cells are the basic unit of life, and all cells come from other cells. This idea is one of the most important ideas in biology because it helps us understand how life is structured, how organisms grow, and how diseases affect us at the cellular level. Cells may be tiny, but they are mighty. They are what makes life, life. Thanks for joining me for this episode, and nice work leveling up your brain power today. Remember, smart isn't something you are, it's something we become as we're learning. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep getting smarter every day. It's Good to Be Smart is created and produced by me, Dr. Dave Mulder, with the support of the National Science Foundation through the Robert Noyce Teacher Scholarship Program. Subscribe to this feed so you'll never miss an episode, and check out our home on the web, goodtobesmart.com. Until next time, keep asking questions, stay curious, and keep learning, because it's good to be smart.